Well, the patch is out, and now we can really see what the buffs and nerfs are gonna be to Hearthstone. The patch is going live today, so best be ready for the new forming meta. And you can be sure I will give you guys the top 5 best decks in Hearthstone right now, as soon as we have a little bit more stats. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to get time for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the patch.
You are not prepared!
Alrighty, the patch is data only, and it's going live today like I said, with updates to Standard and Battlegrounds. This patch is our last scheduled patch for the year, and our aim is to make the most fun patch we can for the holiday break. We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you in the tavern. Alrighty, dev comment. The overall goals of this patch are to make buffs across underperforming classes, decks, and cards, especially ones from Showdown and the Badlands, and to weaken a few overperforming decks that are keeping other decks down. Okay, yada yada. Paladin has been the biggest offender, obviously, since the last adjustment. We're targeting its AoE board clears because that's a mechanic we want Paladin to have access to, but not excel in it. There are other potential targets that we looked at, but they were cards that were more in line with what we want the class strength to be. Dragon Druid was another outlier with a strong matchup spread. We lacked the deck's general patterns, and players seem to be excited about it, so we want to just shave a little power from it to make it more attackable in the early game. By some measures, Dr. Holiday is the best card in Standard. It's important for a Highlander payoff card to be worth the cost of putting it into your deck, but we wanted to rein this one in a bit. We shaved one attack from the weapon to reduce the overall power while preserving the coolest part of the card, frogs. Okay, no shocker there. Finally, there are 2 versions of Rainbow Mage, both of which are pretty strong and pretty popular. We don't want to kill the deck, we just want to keep them in line with the other decks we're adjusting in this patch. This change makes them a little worse at muddying up the early board while developing the game plan. Alrighty, first card's Keeper's Strength, and yeah, no surprise it's going up to 5 mana, but Prismatic Beam actually only goes to 8 mana, which is very slight a nerf. I still think Pally is going to be majorly problematic. I still think it's going to be a very strong class. There are plenty of variants that are actually not running Keeper's Strength, and they're running just Prismatic Beam instead, and with just +1 mana, that really doesn't do all that much. Like, you can still play this for 1 mana basically on a full board. So, yeah, I think Pally should still be good, honestly. I should still be expecting this deck to be 60% plus, honestly. So, yeah, be prepared for the new Pally meta, I guess. Yeah, seemingly they are nerfing 2 cards, but like I said, there are variants that are only running this one, and they're doing quite well. Like, almost as good as running both AoEs, so yeah, I don't think this is gonna do it, guys. I think they missed the target again, but I might be wrong. Hopefully I am, but I think I'm not. Okay, Splish Splash goes down to a 2 mana 1/1, and honestly, that don't do much, but yeah, I guess this sitting at a 2 attack, it was able to trade off some early game threats from the opponent, and sitting at only 1 attack is gonna be a lot weaker to that kind of shenanigans. It can still poke out Divine Shield and deal with 1 health idiots, I guess, but definitely not as problematic against 2 health high priority early game targets, so I guess that's gonna tone down the power a little bit, and same goes with the Desert Nace Matron. It's going down to only a 3/4. Again, feels like a little bit too mild of a nerf, like almost not worth doing in the first place. Like, all of these feel a little bit too gentle. I think the community had their pitchforks out for good reason, and I'm not sure this is gonna make them put him down, not gonna lie. Like, I think they're gonna light him on fire now, so I'm not sure how fun this is gonna be for the holiday season, but I'm not sure this is gonna change the meta all that much. Hopefully I'm wrong. Okay, looking at Dr. Holiday, it's only gonna be 1 attack. That's not gonna change absolutely anything for Shaman. Like, rarely you got to swing more than a couple of times with this before you got Vipered anyway. So, I mean, it's still the main aspect is just for you to get those big-ass frogs. It having 2 attack, it was cool and all, but we all know we didn't run it because of it. Okay, also Arcane Worm goes down to a 1/1. Like, what are these nerfs, guys? Like, is this an out of season April Fool's joke? Like, this is not doing anything. Like, even on a common card, we're not even gonna get that much dust out of it. Why bother with this? This is some cheese nothing. Seriously, like it's almost as if they're making the deck a little bit worse against Bally's. Like anybody ever needed that to happen? Like, seriously, like, that doesn't do much in the grand scheme of things. Like, seriously, that was just, what the hell? Okay, Pyrotechnician getting banned. I guess it's not going to wild, but it's just gonna be temporarily banned till they figure figure what the hell they're gonna be doing with that kind of deck. Yeah, I guess Thaddeus is rotating in a few months as well, so maybe they're just gonna keep it banned till then, or they're gonna figure something out for the next year. But yeah, sounds like a problem for 2024. I think that's how we should interpret this. Going down to the buffs now, we can see Elise, new battle cry. If your deck has no duplicates, summon 5/5 copies of 4 random minions in your deck. Was that what the card was missing, guys? Is that why the card was bad? I don't think so. Never played the card myself, never faced it either, but was that really the problem? I don't know, I guess time will tell. Pip the Potent is going down to a 3 mana 3/3. Okay, pretty close to what I actually proposed. I said it's going to be a 3 mana 3/4, but a 3/3 sounds fine. People are already doing some pretty good shit with Naga Priest, so maybe this is going to help the deck even further. This getting shaved with what mana? Like, you don't care about the stats, but the 1 mana off is quite nice. We have the 4 mana Invasive Shade Leaf. It's gonna be dealing 10 damage at the first pop, so you're gonna be a little bit more enticed to actually spend the 4 mana on it. It's basically gonna be a great way to deal with tall targets, and also saving the 1-cost bottle afterwards is also gonna be quite nice, so I guess this can help the card see actual play now. Hey, look at that. My speculation actually turned out right for this guy. That was a little bit far-fetched, but this guy is actually gonna get a taunt. I was going even a step further, suspecting it might get Battle Cry, but Taunt Death Rattle definitely makes this card a lot more playable. Yeah, this might be an interesting one. I'm not sure exactly what you're going to be playing this in. I guess Highlander Pally is going to make some room for it, and it also is going to have nice synergy with the Highlander Elise anyway, so sounds like an okay card to be including in a 30 or even 40 Highlander deck, so yeah, there's that. We have the Azerite Scorpion, which I mistaked for a snake on my teaser review, and yeah, this guy is actually gonna be getting buffed instead, and get 4 random spells. They cost 1 less for each time you've excavated this game, but not less than 1. Okay, well that's, I think I actually heard Jay Alex talk about this proposal, and it does make a lot of sense. Like, it does make the card a lot more consistent. Like, imagine waiting to excavate 8 times. So yeah, this is actually a decent change, and we might actually start seeing some of that Excavate Rogue with the last batch of buffs to Excavate, and this, maybe Rogue is gonna pick this up finally. Okay, Velarok, new, while this is in your hand, play a card from another class to reveal Velarok's true form. Okay, they actually took it a step further. I expected it's gonna go down from 3 to only 2 cards from a different class, but now it's gonna be only 1 card, so that's gonna be very, very usable actually, and yeah, I guess that's a good thing for Rogue, because right now, it is not seeing all that much play now, is it? Okay, nothing too strange about the shell game, from 3 mana down to 2, shocking I know. Barrel of Sludge becomes 3 mana. When this is played, discarded or destroyed, deal 4 damage to the lowest health enemy. Okay, well that definitely is a buff for the sludges, but it's also a nerf to mage. Like, they ran the tram mechanic to get a 2 mana fell spell, now they're gonna have to spend a little bit extra. It is 1 extra damage, but let's face it, they just ran it so they can have a extra fell spell in the deck, so they don't have to worry about discovering that from their discovery of magic and whatnot, but this might actually help Sludge Warlock be a thing now. Time will have to tell there. Furnace Fuel goes down to a 3 mana. Like, I guess you could just whip this out. Like, ain't nothing wrong with Arcane Intellect, is it? Yeah, you obviously want to be discarding Destroying or otherwise discards, and I guess giving yourself the backup plan to actually just play it from hand a little bit cheaper sounds like an okay thing. Nothing too fancy. Okay, this legendary guy, I was interested to see what's happening here. Fell spells cost 2 less and have lifesteal. Okay, I mean, this thing still needs to live, but I don't know, like, it is sitting at 4 mana. Maybe if it was a 3 mana 1/5 or some crap like that, that might have made it even better. But I haven't really thought about this card all that much. Not many people have. But maybe with the sludge getting bumped in the damage and the mana, this might make it a little bit better. We shall see. Ma and Pa become a 2/8. Literally not a single soul asked for this change. Like, what exactly does this even do to help this card see any play? Like, yeah, it's a cool rainbow card, but rainbow is not doing all that much unless this saves it. But yeah, 4 mana, 2/8. Quite the power creep on this one, not gonna lie. Basically has a taunt, because God knows you don't want to leave the opponent spamming health like that easily. Not to mention using corpses and whatnot. But yeah, like Ma and Pa was a cool card. It's just that it doesn't really fit in a great deck right now. That's the real problem because of these two gems. But I guess now with the buff to Climatic Necro Explosion, it's gonna start out by dealing 6 damage and also summon 3 2/2 souls randomly improved by corpses. Honestly, is this really good? Like, is this really helping the card all that much? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Like, a lot of people have been complaining that the summoned souls are actually kind of useless. Like, if they maybe had Rush, that would have helped. Like, at least you actually clear the board mostly with this card while dealing a good amount of damage. But then again, you could argue it's just a finisher card and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not super excited about this change. I'm not sure if it's gonna save the deck or not, but again, we shall have to wait and see. The Corpse Bride, this is the card I actually couldn't recognize from the splash art. The new battle cry, spend up to 10 corpses to summon a Risen Groom with taunt and that much attack and health. Okay, I mean, that's kind of cool. Still, it is a 5-mana 4/4. You are gonna have to spend quite a few corpses to get the actual new benefit. Like 8 corpses was quite the tall tag, and now with 10, it's even higher. But if you're playing this deck, you're kind of into that shit now, aren't you? Okay, and Khaz'goroth, it turned out into a Chillwind Yeti like I expected. Not much to say here. I mean, a little bit stat change never hurt nobody. Not entirely sure if this card even needed a touch-up. Like, the decks it was already in, it felt quite nice. It just doesn't fit into much else than Highlander control decks right now, does it? Okay, Slagma, it got shaved with 6 turns now, so you only gotta excavate 2 times after you play this guy. I was thinking it might drop down to 3 mana so you can actually start using your excavate cards easily, but no, it's still gonna have to drop on turn 3 or 4, and then you gotta start excavating to really get the benefit out of it. I don't know, I guess it's a cool idea, but I'm not really sure it's enough. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. Okay, this guy becomes a 2-mana 1/1 instead of a 3-mana 2/2, same random BS effect. I'm not sure that really does all that much, guys. I still think this is gonna be the worst card in the expansion, innit? Okay, is that all the updated cards? Could have sworn they showed more. No, that's actually all of them. Must have been me, but yeah, interesting buffs. I guess maybe Rainbow DK is gonna start seeing some play. Sludge Warlock is looking somewhat promising, like definitely worth a shot. Rogue is having some nice potential. Priest is getting some nice buffs. So yeah, I guess this might unlock a little bit of extra room for new classes, new archetypes more like it. But like I said, Pally should remain really strong. Same with Druid, like this really didn't do all that much. And same with Highlander. Shaman, and same for Mage. Like, all of these nerfs felt super weak sauce, man. Like, very gentle touch right there, Blizz. I'm not sure if this was even worth the wait. Like, seriously, that's not a nerf. That's literally a slap on the wrist for all of these. The buffs, some of them are looking spicier than others, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what actually feels nice. I will be going live in maybe half an hour after this video goes live, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about these nerfs and buffs, and yeah, I really feel like these were a little bit too weak, man. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope this helps you figure out what the meta is gonna be looking like in a few minutes from now. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.